What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a show that covers sports across the Valley and the Lone Star State. Now, before we get started on today's awesome sports topics, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Find Apogee Comics on all their social media sites and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. Freddie, my boy.
What a weekend,
What a weekend and what sports news. It's an explosion of sports news. It's not even spring break yet.
I know, everybody's just getting ready for Charles Days.
Yeah, I know. I know we're both ready for that.
Oh, definitely. The vacation.
The vacation, yes, definitely. Definitely, yes. But, speaking of spring training has begun, my friend.
Ooh.
Indeedly-do, my friend, indeedly-do. Oh, man, I am so happy because I know it's right there, opening days on the brisk. It's right there.
You can almost taste it.
Yeah, our Texas teams have been sharpening the tools, my friend. Yes, they have.
And boy, have they showed it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, the first game of the Astros, bam, straight up dingers, yeah.
Just a tease,
Yeah, just a tease, yes. Although they have been losing these past couple of games, and it's understandable. Now, hear me out. It's understandable because, like I said, there's going to be mistakes made. There's going to be mistakes done and stuff. So, they need to see what mistakes they make.
Of course, yeah.
They need to sharpen those tools. And from there, the dugout, the upper management, the powers of above,
Yeah, I hear you.
They can see who's ready for the show.
Exactly.
And who still needs a little bit of time, to cook.
Exactly.
A little bit of time to cook, And honestly, I think that's great because there are some players out there that, despite being dominating in their college or in the minors, they still need more time to sharpen, their weapons, sharpen their skills,
And maybe even get their feet wet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Get the chemistry going on. That's what, and I feel like that's what it's for.
Yeah.
To go ahead and try to see what works, what doesn't. Okay, we added this to the mix. What's gonna function? What's gonna work even better?
Yeah, exactly, definitely. And I feel that with this training, especially with the Astros, with so many new players that they have lined up. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. I have faith in the team this time that they're as I said, relentless, and they're gonna bring a World Series championship back to Houston.
I cannot imagine anybody saying otherwise or even arguing with you. I mean, honestly, because they had just a fantastic year.
Oh yeah,
and they've just been better than anything, better than that, consistent.
Yeah,
over the years,
definitely
consistent.
Yes,
both teams.
Definitely, yes,
yeah.
Yes. And the thing is that it actually shows who the veterans are, teaching the younger players,
leaders.
Yes. Leaders, pretty much leadership. Especially with Alex Bregman. That guy is a team player. That guy's a great player. Yes, I'm an Alex Bregman sim. Call me whatever you want, but you know what? That man can play ball. He can bat. And not only that, he's a well-around great guy. I was hearing an interview recently that pretty much shaped like, Houston needs to sign this guy again. He's like, I know it's this. He's like, I know it's my last year, like my contract here with the Houston. But that's not on my mind. Like, I'll have my managers handle that. Right now, I'm more concerned about winning. I'm more concerned, we're a team, we're a family. I'm concerned more about getting those wins down, heading to the postseason, to the World Series. Because last year, it felt bittersweet. And I'm all like, I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully they do make him an offer.
All around great player.
Mm-hmm.
Always an asset.
Yes, definitely. And speaking of awesome players, let's go to a little bit of Valley sports, man.
Oh, wow, yes.
Yes.
Amazing. I mean, wow. I was shocked when you were talking about it and you told me.
Yeah, the UTRGV baseball team. Man, talk about young men and
dominating,
yeah.
And we're not using it lightly. I mean, 15-1, 15-3 on their last game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, whoa, we got some heavy hitters there.
Yeah, they're making a statement.
Yeah,
they're making a statement indeed. Yes,
they are.
Yes.
Wow, I mean, sheesh. I mean, I'm guilty. I haven't checked them out. I need to go ahead and check them more out. I mean, wow.
We definitely do. Especially the only game that they lost was their first game, their home opener. That's the only. And you know what? It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. They're knocking out the cobwebs like any other baseball team has.
It's bound to happen. Sometimes even some teams have like the first 2 games losses and then undefeated the rest because they're just getting their feet wet. They're starting the engine.
Yeah.
You know, you can see a lot of things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, actually, it's their one game when they go up against the Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
That's gonna be
a good game.
Exciting.
I'm looking forward to that game because those guys I've been looking at. Yeah, they've been kind of like a bumpy road, that team. But when a team's like that back into the corner, gonna face an undefeated team. Ooh, they're gonna play their hearts out. So it's gonna be a
great game.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
Texas Showdown. Another Texas Showdown.
Slobber knockers. I enjoy them.
I don't know why I feel like there's gonna be a rivalry, something like that. I don't know. Great teams. I mean, great both sides.
Each team, each players filled, dominating players.
Of course, go with Utah.
Yeah. We're not saying go Utah. Yeah, we are saying go with Utah.
I mean, I'm not saying I go for one for more the other.
V's up, guys. V's up.
We gotta represent.
Yeah, man. Oh man, but I'm looking forward to watching that game tomorrow.
It's gonna be a great win, and I'm saying that like with confidence that they can definitely do that. Man.
They can definitely destroy. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it, man. Definitely, I'm excited for that.
Stay tuned for that. We'll bring it up next week to see what we can go ahead and come get from that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the next show. Yeah, man. Now going on to the basketball court.
That's on the other side, like you said. What on the other side of the tortilla? That one's burned already.
Yeah. The tortilla, both of them are being burned at this point. Yeah. Unfortunately, our UT-RGV basketball team has been on a bumpy slate since January. They haven't been, winning. But as any fan of the Valley. Support the team.
Exactly.
I have faith that our boys will dominate.
We need to support them. We need to still go ahead and go out there and show them that we really still love them.
Yes. And I have more of the confidence that the next game that they win. Also tomorrow, I believe. Yes.
No.
Yes. That I have confidence that they will win. Definitely.
I hope best of luck, and we have our best.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully they play. I know they're going to play their hearts out, and I hope it's to the point that winning is the ending goal of that.
Hopefully we'll see what they could come up with. Well, at least a W or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully we get that dubs. And also going on dubs in the regular NBA, our boys have been. The Spurs has been a little bit bumpy.
Well, I mean, at least they got a couple of wins here and there. I mean, but I think this week they had a really bad week.
Yeah, it's been a bad week. They lost, I think, by I believe 17 points. Yeah, the last game.
They were closing up that gap, but it looks like it's separating. I mean, maybe they just
lose
already
momentum. I think at this point they're just waiting for
the season to end, recuperate what they can, and
they're in last place, man. They're in last place.
I don't doubt. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised. But you know what? Like we can't have another year. Like I said, we can't have another year like this. So they need to do what they got to do to prepare and be ready.
Oh yeah, hopefully next NBA season they will be singing a different tune and praises of the Spurs to be winning. Definitely. But right now, I guess it's just competing for last place to get those draft picks.
Still, what, at this point, do you still feel the same way about the team, like regarding players, coaches?
At this point, at first, I thought it was just like they weren't clicking. At first, I thought, but then in the end, towards the way they were playing, the games they could have won easily. Now I just seen it as a strategy that they were losing, but with style. Take that line with Toy Story, as they say, flying, but falling with style. But I think they were just losing with style. Not to diss them, not to diss them. Although it's unfortunate for the fans that go and see the games.
Yeah,
and also for the players, the young players that they're actually playing their hearts out and they're giving plays that are, not working for them.
Yeah, I mean, whatever they do, I do think that they have a lot of potential. I just it's they need to brush up on all that rust. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's that they're like young players, so they shouldn't have any rust on them. But
yeah, definitely. Well, they have the green, I guess you could say. But yeah.
or maybe the better term would be polish. Polish that. You know what I mean? Polish it up a little bit.
Yeah. I guess you could say. Yeah.
Polish those new players up a little bit, and work with them and see what they got. Man, they gotta get these W's. Man, they can't have another losing, and nonetheless last place.
Yeah. That's what stings more.
I think that stings. I mean, Spurs, and then Spurs last place. So, I mean, a couple, years ago, they were
the number one team. Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, as long as they don't have a repeat.
Yeah. And another team that that I want to be like in the top 10. And they're fighting back towards it are the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, they definitely are. They are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little bit, here and there, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're still in the mix. They're still in the play, and I mean, they can make it to the playoffs. I mean, right now, they're falling a little short and here and there, and. As I can see, like even right here, the Thunder with and they lost by 13 points. It was quite a bit, and it was a shocker to me because I thought the Thunder. That's what I was gonna go ahead and tell you.
Yeah,
they were gonna beat them.
Yeah.
Felt like they had a good win on that against the Thunder.
Yeah. But hopefully they can fight back to a single digit position back in the Western Conference. I hope so. Like I really do. I really want them to make it to the playoffs. They started off strong. I know they can get there.
Yeah, they can. They all can.
Yeah.
As of right now, actually, I see like they're just a little bit 2 games behind. Rockets are just 2 games behind.
Yeah. Well, I hope they dominate those last 2 teams. Yeah, really. But the one that's been keeping momentum is the Dallas Mavericks. They're in eighth. Yeah,
definitely, and well deserved. I mean, they just been playing pretty good. They have their downs too.
Oh man. Yeah, of course they have their own downs, their ups and downs and stuff. Yeah, that's true.
But nonetheless, kebab, man. Those guys have been doing pretty good, man.
Yeah.
They moved up to actually second place in the Southwest division.
No, well, that's good.
And Dirt, who is it? Houston Rockets.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, man. I mean, that's what we need, and that's the continuation that they need to work hard. I mean, they have it within right there. Now let's just finish it off. They need to finish off the season. They need to continue how they started. I've always said, man, they started this season great.
Yeah, they did. And they need to keep up momentum, pick it up a little bit more, but keep that momentum flowing. Make it to the playoffs. Make it to the finals.
Kind of towards the second half, I felt like they were strategizing, a little bit, like, saving the players, resting the players.
Yeah.
And then, kind of like, oh, okay, all right, losing a little bit. But I think that made them lose a little bit of focus. Maybe kind of bumped it around, kind of lost that concentration on the consistency, I guess, of their wins, and kind of threw everybody off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all the players, and overall, like, Houston, all the players, here and there. Yeah. They've had some challenges here and there with injuries and stuff,
Yeah.
So I think that threw them off a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But hopefully, it's been a good news in the NBA world here from, the Texas side, and I hope, they continue moving forward bit by bit.
Yeah.
To those wins.
At least by Houston and Dallas.
No, Houston and Dallas. Yeah, the San Antonio. I'm not even talking about San Antonio at this point. Tear.
It is disappointing.
Yeah.
Wow. But
yeah.
Next year.
Yeah. But let's give another shout out to our sponsors.
Sure, why not?
Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Find Apogee Comics on all their social media sites and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street and in Brownsville. Now, to the gridiron.
All right. Whoa.
First down, gridiron football.
Where should we start first? Here?
Off season, but the football don't stop here at Tailgate.
It doesn't. News has not stopped, man.
I know it hasn't, dude.
I'm so surprised, man.
I'm happy.
This year more than others. I saw so much movement, and this is. I mean, it's already over. Football's over. I usually see movement after the draft, not really before as much.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I was thinking. You're saying that so much movement and the draft hasn't even happened. Imagine once the draft does happen, man.
Yeah, true. I mean, let's see what they do afterwards. Maybe they're waiting to see what picks they get, and they'll work around that. That's what we see. But a lot of teams look like they're already focusing before and then making their picks work with them.
Oh yes, and there's been a lot of rumors there around the playground that the Texans might get Saquon Barkley.
So that would be a great addition. The only thing is that the question would be, who would they get rid of?
That's a good question.
Who would they go ahead and release? Because they wouldn't need three backs. I mean, I don't know if they could afford to go ahead and keep the third stringer. You know, who would they? And on top of that, where would you put Barkley on too? On top of that, he's gonna want plays, and he's gonna want to have a lot of more drives
in between both. Apparently, West in between both. Because honestly, I heard the same thing about Derrick Henry as well, wanting to go with the Texans.
I guess same question, different. I guess different player.
Different player, yeah.
Yeah, the same guy. Whether it's Barkley or Henry, both great running backs. Though I happen to think Derrick Henry would be a better, I guess, a more top running back.
And you know what? Honestly, I agree with you. And here's the reason why I agree with you. Because, don't get me wrong, like Saquon Barkley, he's a great running back. And I felt like his time was being wasted there in New York.
Yeah, he definitely was.
He definitely was. Especially this last season, you've seen it. You've seen how he was pretty much just trying to play his heart out, despite the team just pretty much falling apart, you know. And, you know, not to, you know, put him down or talk, you know, smack about him. Well, pretty much, yeah. He's very injury prone.
He is.
You know, so how much, you know, is Houston willing to dish out only for it to end up being like, oh, he got injured?
Cost them a lot more than, you know.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like, because I feel, I mean, I don't know, I feel like, you know, you have two running backs already as Houston. They're great running backs.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they can keep three of them. Now, imagine getting rid of one of them and then to add a player like Saquon, and then you getting that happening, that would be devastating. That would be a big loss.
Yeah.
A big loss.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, do you feel like they would be able to keep all three of them?
I feel that they could, but at the same time, it's like you said, I don't think it's necessary.
Well, I think on top of that, the money, and the players too. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna want playing time, and you know, if it's divided into three, usually you only see two of them get most of the drives, and you know what I mean. That's gonna be another thing that maybe the player might want to go ahead and see. That's the only bad thing. Too many running backs.
Yeah. And another thing, I feel like I would probably tighten up the offensive line and the defense.
Definitely focus more on those.
Yeah.
I definitely. I said I agree with you. You definitely more protection for CJ. I mean, protect him.
Yeah.
Key word. That's what they need to focus on. They need to protect CJ. They cannot have another injury especially close to the end of the year, like they almost did.
Yeah,
it could have cost them big.
Yeah, it could have. It's lucky. Yeah, it was unfortunate he got concussion, and we're just lucky that it wasn't that bad of a concussion
exactly.
to take him out for the season or anything like that. Like, you know,
it was devastating. So it could have cost them big time. Gladly they didn't. So you know they need to. I agree. And then focus second on defense.
Yeah.
Running back, like I said, I personally don't think Houston needs to focus on running backs, but I mean, so adding them would not be a bad idea. If it would be my opinion, though, if you would have to or you want to go after a running back, I'd go after Derrick Henry for the reasons of, like you said, injury prone. I will give Shaquan, I will give Barkley, the benefit, at least in the sense that, like you said, his talents were wasted. He was trying too hard, and I mean that could have been the effectiveness of why he wore himself so much.
So thin, yeah.
Yeah, it could have been. I did see him, struggle a lot, and it. New York really didn't help.
No.
So I mean, I'll give him that, but. I don't know. Does the risk outweigh the rewards? I would still go with Henry.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. Yeah. But in Cowboys news,
oh my God, I don't even know what to hear. I heard the same thing about Henry. With the Cowboys. Now, I would love that for Henry as a Cowboy, because Pollard is not the main. I would say the main running back, because you need to start off strong and you need a hammer, and he was just not getting it done. Those short yards, he cost us a lot of those short downs, and in the red zone, we were a running team. Now this year was like nothing. It was like, what are we? Yeah. We struggled a lot in the red zone. Both passing and running. I don't know why 30-yard lines or more we did better passing. I don't know if we did better more than that, but in the red zone, I don't know, once we got to 20 yards in those short fields, it just couldn't figure it out. But we definitely need a guy like Derrick Henry, like what we did. I mean, a lot of people don't like Zeke. I don't know why. I still think he had a lot of fuel in his tank, especially those 1 or 2 yards that he got for sure. I mean, hey, if we needed 1 or 2 yards, who we're gonna call? I mean, we knew who we were gonna put in that field.
The drill.
Yeah, the drill. He got those yards.
Yeah, he did.
He would get those yards 9 out of 10 times. If you look back, he got them. Those were, a lot of people, and that's the things. A lot of fans, I will say, that I heard from a lot of Dallas fans, that they didn't think 1 or 2 yards was a lot for a lot. And it's like, it depends on what you think about those 1 or 2 yards. If it's 4th and 2, I mean, and I would definitely want Zeke in the back.
Yeah, I definitely want those yards. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Now, I mean, of course, hey, you're 10-1. Okay, fine. You pick up 2 yards, only 2 yards, only 2 yards. Yeah, but you know what? You gotta see that he went right down the middle. He would get those yards, picking up, tackling, breaking tackles, like down the middle. Yeah, and that's what I loved about him. He was I knew for sure we got those 2-3 yards, there for sure.
Get tush push, get nada. We had Zeke.
Get to tush push. We got Zeke.
Yeah, we got Zeke.
We got Zeke. I mean, sheesh. Get the tush push. You guys, get that out of here. Eagles fans. Just kidding. And then I'm gonna get attacked by a flock of eagles out there right now.
Bunch of pigeons.
Oh, wrong bird.
Wrong bird.
But yeah, nonetheless, I would love Derrick Henry. I mean, he would be a great replacement for Zeke in that sense.
Yeah.
What I also heard was, and this picked up really, 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 really a lot of attention, was Cooks, and they just put Cooks on for a great deal, and little was said that it was for Diggs from the Bills.
Yeah, I know, that's random.
Yeah, apparently, and I'm like, I know I first told you, it was they want to trade Cooks, and I said, well, I knew it. They always want to get rid of those good slot, receivers. And I really didn't like them getting rid of Cooks. I mean, honestly, I would have loved to keep him, and I would love to keep him. There's a lot of talks about, trading him, using him for a trade. Now, I will say, if they do trade him for Diggs, I can't say I complain though. I can't say I would complain. And Diggs already looks like he wants to get out of the Bills. He doesn't look like he's happy there.
No.
And I will say, if my player's not happy there, I'd rather him, use him to get another player, trade him, than to keep him here, because the player that's not happy there is not going to perform.
No, they're not going to play it fully 100%.
They're not going to give you their all.
Yeah.
They're not going to give you their all. And I think that they probably we'll have to throw in a couple of picks, or at least a pick, at least, or something. But we'll see how that goes, because they picked up a lot of info, but nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But that's one that I've been hearing a lot more lately. Actually, since you told me that, as random as it was,
as
random as I've actually been hearing. I've been hearing it a lot more. And honestly, I think it's a win. I think it's a win either or.
Yeah, a lot of people said, "All right, let's trade." I'm sorry. Our other receiver, I forgot. Well, he's really good. He's really good too. I didn't think they utilized him this year as much.
Gallup or one?
No, Gallup
or Lamb.
No, it was Lamb. Lamb at the beginning of the year we didn't see. I have to go back. I have to look up back more than anything. But honestly, you gotta I gotta understand, and I'm even being realistic. He's a good receiver, but not in the level of of that. I still believe Cooks for Diggs, in the sense, because of the fact that he's a player that performs, has gotten stuff done, and has on top of that, veteranship with other teams. I mean, for God's sakes, he's the one that gave us a good loss against Green Bay on when was it, about a couple of years ago in the playoffs. I think it was against Romo. I guess it was when Romo was there. Yeah. He got that outside pick. So he's got a lot in the tank, and he showed us this year a lot too. So it's something that I can believe, but I don't know, but if we would trade anybody else, it would be hard for me to believe that they would. I think Diggs would have to be. I mean, sorry, Diggs. Cooks would have to be it. I'm gonna have to go back. I can't have to look at the receivers.
And we were just talking about him too. It slipped my mind as well.
Yeah, I know. It's like, man, he's not gonna let me go.
Yeah,
he's not gonna let me go. But otherwise, those are really, 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 really the most that I've heard. Honestly, that's the news that I've heard more. Turpin. There you go, Turpin.
Oh, it was Turpin. Yeah, it was Turpin.
Turpin, and Gallup is also another guy that I would say, but I rather, he's also somebody that we wouldn't be able to trade. I mean, he's performed, he's done everything, and Turpin. I mean, on top of that, I think he's another one that's been back with the receiving, and he's been doing good. I hope. I mean, I would hate to lose him.
Yeah,
I would hate to lose him, especially on the special teams. I mean, he's just performed really great.
Yeah. Well, hopefully some of those rumors turn out to be true, and the offense and defense of both the Texans and the Cowboys improve greatly.
Well, I mean, there's also one that we were talking about, and this one's the one that's, I don't know. I mean, it's getting a little bit, is Justin Fields.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't hear about that one.
Justin Fields with Dak, the trade for them. I would really like to see what Justin Fields, but that's an interesting way to go for both the Cowboys and the Bears in both ways. But I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I really if that's gonna go ahead. It's something that that didn't really pick up. They play. I think they laid it out there. See how it
would react.
How it sounded and everything. How it went.
Yeah.
But I would really like to see more on that. What's going on and what are the final verdicts? Because I don't know. It sounds. I don't know. I don't see Dak on the same field as the Bears. Although I think maybe for recognition, a little bit more, out there, because Dak's real known right now.
Yeah.
Maybe just to pick up the franchise a little bit in that sense, to go ahead and get a little bit more attention, because the Bears lost a lot of attention this year.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was, it was a gut punch for a lot of Chicago fans.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Bears has always seem to go ahead and focus on their defense. Maybe they just want to focus on their offense.
Yeah, they should, especially if they're getting the quarterback like Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
The boy can deliver. Although it was a rough season.
That's another point. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, if Justin Fields did that, imagine Dak.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Well, I guess other people can go ahead and argue either way. Either way.
Well, who would click with where? Yeah,
he would click. But that's the kind of stuff that I'm saying. Imagine Dak, in a team like that. If you saw Dak perform like that with the Cowboys, that is a team that's very well said. Mm-hmm. Imagine with the Bears, what he's gonna do.
I think there's some meat to that, to that rumor, because from what I've learned and from what I've read, Justin Fields is probably not going to be quarterbacking for the Bears this upcoming season.
Well, I mean, that's another thing. I mean, I don't know I don't know the contract. I really don't know the side of the Bears, and I really go ahead. I need to look more into that on his contract or how it looks. Mm-hmm. But the Cowboys could just get him, to be honest, as a backup, and maybe put him on first string.
Yeah, so
and even have Dak as a backup.
Yeah, so it might go that route.
It might even be a win.
Yeah, it might be a good trade. Who knows?
We'll see.
But stay tuned to Tailgate 956, and we'll keep you posted on that. Definitely.
I think a lot more. Like I said, maybe these final rumors are just waiting for the draft. You know what I mean? Maybe the final, verdicts on these things will go ahead and come out right with the draft.
Before they put the trigger on any one of these trades, they're going to see what's available, what's out there. Because I know there's been some dominating players out there.
Yeah, I mean, the market's out there. I mean, I think this year at the end of the year was coaches like which coaches are in the hot seat and which are going.
Yeah. Who do they want gone? Who do they want?
Yeah, a lot of head coaches gone.
Who's back in the fold?
Oh yeah, Pat being back in the fold. Oh yeah. That I still don't know what that blanket's gonna tell. I don't know that, but I just
still haven't found out what that means. But
I'm still waiting.
Oh, the NFL draft can't come any sooner.
I know. But let's see what they tell.
Yeah. But before we get started on our favorite segment of the show,
all right,
let's give another shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Visit Apogee Comics on all their social media sites and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. Now, it's time for Ponte Pilas and Ese Mijo. Mijo. Yeah, that sound effect. Well, when it comes to the Ponte Pilas, I would have to say that it goes to Dak. And here's the reasons why I say that. For that, what we were just talking about, Justin Fields possibly becoming the quarterback and whatnot. Hey, if those kind of rumors are coming out, what's that saying about you, man? That you haven't been performing well for your team.
Yeah.
You haven't been producing. Yeah. You haven't been producing what you needed to produce.
I like the way that it's going for that same reason, exactly, because you know what, it kind of shows that we are looking that he's not performing and we want to do something about it. So I mean, somewhat of this, these rumors, I hope there's some true, whether it's Fields or not, because you know what, they're heading towards a different direction,
and it's looking like that. And you know what? It's unfortunate that it has to look that way, but hey, you weren't the guy, unfortunately.
No,
but, yeah.
And mark my words. They're recorded.
I'm marking them.
That goes with another team. He better ponerse las pilas.
Yeah.
He needs to, because you know what? That's going to be the end of his career. Because if he doesn't bulk up with the next team, performance-wise, I'm sorry, but his career is going to be over.
He's going to Commanders.
He might still be able to make that happen.
Oh, man. Well, for the Esos Mijo Award, go to the well-deserved UTRGV baseball team.
Well-deserved, man.
Well-deserved.
Man.
Oh, man. We're just blown away by how great they're playing.
Astonished. Like, Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, man. And I'm looking forward, like I said, and I'll say it again, I'm looking forward to that game tomorrow.
No. I mean, sheesh. We'll go ahead and have to see. I mean, these kids look like they're going towards a very good, big direction. State, I mean...
Talented players. Talented players.
Man, Jesus.
And if you're in town in Edinburgh, go by and watch those boys dominate.
I need to get myself a jersey.
Yeah. The ball money, me and you both, my brother.
Yeah.
Little school pride.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah. But those guys, well deserved. Esos mijo.
Yes. Making the UTRGV proud.
Yes, and the Valley proud.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's about wraps up another great episode of Tailgate 956. I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And we'll catch you at the next tailgate. Let's go crack open a cold one, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.